Hi everybody, Neil Kravitz here. I hope you're enjoying these daily clinical pearls. This clinical pearl is about the orthodontic lab that I use for my office. I get a lot of questions about which lab that I prefer to use. I think that's a great question. And I think there's so many great labs out there in the country, from regional labs to national labs. Regarding national labs, you have AOA and NEO and Great Lakes and Specialty, and they're all amazing. I primarily use AOA Laboratories. I've been using them for almost 20 years since residency, and I love them. I'm the biggest AOA Labs fan. Obviously, they specialize in Class 2 correctors such as Mara's and Herbst, which I use a lot in my office, but I actually use them almost exclusively. I do use the occasional NeoLab appliance, particularly for lower E-arches, but 99% of my appliances are made at AOA Labs, and I've been so happy with them. I think the thing that you're looking for with the lab is not so much cost. I think a good lab is going to be expensive. I think you're looking for communication. And what I like about AOA Labs, for example, is that there's a woman over there named Patty who is lovely, and she is always communicating with our office to make sure things are perfect and that the prescription's correct. She almost contacts us daily, which is amazing, and always emails me if I have any questions. And there is a head lab tech over there named Mick, who is also wonderful. If he has any questions or concerns, he'll always message me. And I think that communication is so important. I think it's important, if you are using a national lab, to have a few local regional labs close by in case you need a same day or next day turnaround. And I think that's also a wonderful have. So we do have one or two labs that are smaller, that are in the state of Virginia or Maryland, where if I needed to drive to that lab and pick something up the next day, I could do that in an emergency situation. So I think that's equally important. So I think you're looking for a lab that communicates well. I think you're looking for a lab that is responsive to your suggestions. I'd also like to give a shout out to Christian Groth and his digital print lab, Motor City LabWorks, up in Michigan. I really love the idea that you have an orthodontist-owned 3D print lab. So everybody knows Dr. Groth, but if you haven't tried out his Motor City LabWorks, you should give it a shot, particularly if you're interested in any 3D printed appliance. So he is a wonderful lab to consider as well. So give AOA a shot. If you have any suggestions about other labs, they're all equally wonderful. I've had great experience with NEO and Great Lakes as well. I just happen to prefer this one particular lab. But I think the key is not so much cost, it really is communication. And if you find a lab that communicates well, they're worth every penny. So I hope you enjoyed this pearl. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to this page. Thank you for supporting the JCO.